Luka Doncic headlines fantasy basketball start M lineup for Week 13. Here are our start M picks for Week 13 of the NBA season, as fantasy basketball managers look to maximize lineup production. Week 13 of the NBA season is here, kicked off with a 6-game slate on Monday night. Fantasy basketball managers will look to optimize lineup output for the week, but will be tasked with making difficult start-sit decisions for the week. Monitoring some of the league's biggest stars, managers are looking for a notable quantity of games with favorable matchups for starting players, elevating the difficulty of selecting the optimal starting group. Here is a Week 13 start M lineup to assist managers this week. Luka Doncic, Los Angeles Lakers. Week 13 games. 5. Luka Doncic and the Los Angeles Lakers will play 5 games in Week 13, presenting plenty of opportunity for production from the All-NBA guard. On Monday, Doncic and the Lakers took on the Sacramento Kings, providing a favorable matchup for the superstar guard, considering the team's defensive struggles so far this season. Despite a Kings win, Doncic shined with an efficient 42-point performance, adding 7 rebounds and 8 assists on 16-4, 25 shooting from the field, with 4 steals on the defensive end. Over the remainder of the week, Los Angeles will square off against the Atlanta Hawks, Charlotte Hornets, Portland Trail Blazers, and Toronto Raptors, as Doncic looks to carry his momentum down the stretch of Week 13 after a promising start. Week 13 games. 4. Keontae George and the Utah Jazz started off their Week 13 slate with a win over the Cleveland Cavaliers on Monday night. George shined in the win, posting a game-high 32 points, connecting on half of his 8 3-point attempts. He added 5 rebounds and 9 assists to round out a notable performance as he continues to build on a breakout campaign. Utah will face the Chicago Bulls on Wednesday night, followed by 2 matchups against the Dallas Mavericks to close the week. Fantasy managers will look for George to continue his upward trend of production in 3 favorable matchups remaining throughout Week 13. Week 13 games. 4. Like George, Portland Trail Blazers guard Denny Avdija is in the midst of a career year as the halfway point of the season approaches. Over 40 games, Avdija is averaging 26.1 points, 7.1 rebounds, and 6.9 assists, raising a compelling case to be a first-time All-Star selection this season. Over the course of Week 13, Avdija and the Trail Blazers will suit up against the Golden State Warriors, Atlanta, Los Angeles, and Sacramento. His elevated volume and production throughout the season helps him raise a compelling start case with 4 contests on the schedule this week. Week 13 games. 4. Scottie Barnes and the Toronto Raptors have emerged as one of the top teams in the Eastern Conference this season, posting a 24-17 record to this point of the year. Over 40 games, Barnes is averaging 19.3 points, 8.3 rebounds, and 5.3 assists, adding 1.4 blocks and 1.3 steals per game on the defensive end. His versatility has helped him surge as one of the top forwards in fantasy basketball this season, a trend that projects to continue throughout Week 13. Coming off Monday night's loss to the Philadelphia 76ers, Barnes and Toronto will look ahead to their final 3 matchups of the week against the Indiana Pacers, Clippers, and Lakers. Week 13 games. 4. Nikola Vucevic and Chicago Bulls kicked their Week 13 schedule off on Tuesday night with a matchup against the Houston Rockets. While Houston will provide a tough matchup for the star big man, Chicago's favor down the stretch of the week provides reason for optimism going forward. On Wednesday, Chicago will take on the Utah Jazz, followed by 2 matchups against the Brooklyn Nets to close the week. Vucevic, who is averaging 16.5 points, 9.3 rebounds, and 3.6 assists over 37 games this season, will offer valuable fantasy production over the course of Week 13.